Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Julia Programming class. Today, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss about functions. Before that, we will have a small recap on what we have discussed so far. So far we have started discussing about what is Julia programming and the advantages, disadvantages, and what is the most important special features of the Julia programming. And then we have discussed about how to install the Julia programming. Then we have discussed about different data types and operators available in Julia programming. Then we have discussed about the decision making statements and looping statements available in Julia programming. In our last class, we have discussed about the various data structures available in Julia programming, that is nothing but array, list, and then dictionaries, all those concepts we have discussed in our previous class. Today we are going to discuss about functions concept, how to declare a function, what is the difference between mutating function and non-mutating function, and some higher order functions we are going to discuss in our today's session. So, even though we have discussed everything in our previous session, one thing I want to give a small recap once again, that is nothing but Julia programming software installation. Hope you remember Julia programming is completely open source. You can download from julialanguage.org. Depends upon your OS, you can download your software, and you can have the different type of ideal list as well, that is JNO IDE, VS Code, Jupyter, Sublime, and Vim Editor. All those things are supporting softwares for Julia programming. Even we can work with that Jupyter, right? I shown you in earlier session as well. You can work with the Jupyter notebook with the Julia programming. There we have seen the different kind of things. So how to do that one? We know already. We have to open the Julia programming. Already I have installed, right? Here you are opening with the Julia programming. Now I have to add the Jupyter. I want to call the Jupyter notebook here. How can I do it? Import pkg. Hope you remember pkg. P is caps. It's a case sensitive language. Then I want to install that pkg dot add, open parenthesis, I and J are capital. Again, I remind you, it is a case sensitive language. If you are missing even one case, it will not work. So I have added the iJulia package here. So what will happen? I want to use the iJulia using ij caps iJulia. Next, I want to call the method notebook. Okay, what it will do, it will make me to connect to my Jupyter notebook. So here you go with that. I have connected to my Jupyter notebook. Hope you are clear with these things. Now I entered into my Julia programming. Hope you remember already I have all the functions ready made. We are going to open this function. Yes. So here we came. But because I use it to work with the Julia programming frequently, this kernel is defaultly connected with the iJulia. But it will not happen with the normal things. What you have to do is you have to go and select the kernel what you want. Generally, that Jupyter notebook will have the Python 3. That is the default kernel for the Jupyter notebook. Suppose you are going with some other function, you have to choose your kernel. Already I have installed 1.6.7, but the recent version of I modified is 1.10.1. That is the thing defaultly selected here. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. Then if you are not setting that kernel properly, it will not work. What you have to do? Switch kernel. There is an option. You can click on it. You can choose the recent Julia what you have installed in your system. Accordingly, you have to do. Then only that functions will execute in a proper way, right? So what we are going to discuss in today's session, as I mentioned already, how to declare a function, what is the difference between mutating and non-mutating functions, some higher order functions we are going to discuss in our today's session. Okay, let us start with here, how to declare a function. If it is a C programming, what you will do, you will have a certain return type function name. Within open and close parentheses, you will have a list of argument. Then function start and end will be denoted by the open and close curly braces, right? If suppose you have used with the Python programming, that return type function name, that colon will be there. The whenever you're having a colon, which means that the function is going to be start with the indentation. So each and every line of the functions statement should be given with the indentation. When you are giving one statement out of indentation, which means that that is the end of the function. Likewise, each and every language have its own denotion of starting and ending of the function denotion. C now always it is open and close curly braces. Python it's completely indentation. Like that it will be there. So as we mean, even in loops also we have seen in our Julia programming, like similarly here also my function concept will be started with the function keyword. You have to give the function name and you have to pass the list of parentheses, list of arguments. Okay, within parentheses you have to give the list of arguments. It's not mandatory you have to give the arguments, it is optional like other languages. So function is a keyword. This is the user defined function name. The list of arguments should be passed within the open and close curly braces. How I can denote the start and end of the function is there is no indentation type, there is no open and close curly braces. So the only point is when the function keyword is started, that is the start of the function. When the end keyword you are saying, that is mean that end of the function. Okay. So function and end are the starting and ending of the function. Hope you remember this point. It is a very important thing how you are starting and ending your function. Right. Within that, how many line of statement you want to give, you can give. There is no problem at all. Right. So what I'm going to do, println hi dollar name. Hope you know whenever you want to access the value of a variable within double quotes, you have to call the variable name along with the dollar. This point we discussed in our second video itself. Hope you remember. Still, I'm recalling you once again here. Whenever you want to access the variable name, right, inside of the double quotes, what will happen if you are giving within double quotes? It will be printed as it is, right? The name will be printed as name. But I want to print the value stored in the variable name. So that I'm giving dollar symbol in before. Okay, so dollar name comma, it's great to see you. So here is the function I have defined for printing a greetings message to any name. Suppose you are giving MITS, MITS, hi MITS, it's great to see you. Like that, I want the output, right? For that, what I can do, I want to access hi, it's great to see you, but I want to get hi MITS. Where the MITS name is stored, it's stored in the variable name. So the dollar name I have taken. That's it. So this is the one line statement I have written in my function say hi. How I have written function. My function name is say hi. The variable name is name. I mean argument. Input argument is name. And I have written the list of statement printed under the function head. I have printed. Then even if you want, you can write one more line. Print ln. Thank you. Print ln. You can print. Thank you. So these two lines I want to print, right? Since I have a print ln, it will go for the next line. It's not a big deal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute the function. So here I didn't call the function, right? It's only a function definition. Whenever you are calling the function only, that function definition will come and execute the things, right? Since it is only a function definition, I get the output. Say hi is a generic function with one method. Okay, say hi. It is nothing but one generic function with the one method. That's it. I don't have anything else to return to the end user. Right. So similarly, I have another one function which is going to be deal with the numbers. You can see it, right? That is nothing but I'm going to make a power square of a number, whatever the number may be. I'm going to make it as the square. You remember in operators we have seen there is an exponential symbol which will make use of the x to the power of y. You can make it, right? So here I'm having the keyword function. What is the function name? It's very simple. F. What is the list of argument I'm passing here? Only one argument I'm passing here. That is nothing but x. What is the function body? Body is nothing but x to the power of square, right? Then n function. Now let me execute the function. F is a generic function with one method because it's nothing. F is a function name. That's it. And it is describing what is this function is all about. Now I want to call a function. So you understood like how you have to define a function. It's nothing magic. It's like other languages. Only few syntax differences are there. Nothing else. Right? Now we are going to call a function. How you can call a function? Function name with the list of arguments, whatever you have mentioned in your function. So same thing, what I'm doing here, say hi. You see here, what is my input I have given here? Julia within that open uh, close parenthesis, so that the argument what I'm passing for my function say hi is Julia. So hi Julia, it's great to see you. Yeah, I got the output as it is. Hi Julia, it's great to see you. Then what is the next line I have given in that particular function name? Thank you. Because I have the println, it is printed in next line. It is printed in such a way like thank you, right? When I'm executing this part, sorry, I want to execute this first, then I will execute hi Julia. So it is hi Julia, it's great to see you, thank you. Three exclamatory said that. Okay, hope you are clear. Okay, let me call the next function. What is the next function? F of x, that x is nothing but x to the power of 2. So 42 square. You know 42 square, it's printing the number 1764, right? It's very simple. So it is calling in such a way. But you can have the function name in a single line also. You see, if suppose I'm having a function in earliest way like println, hi, name, only one line I'm having now, even you can call that function in a single line as well. There is no need to call with the function and end also. There is another one way to do that. What is that? Say hi. I'm writing another one function. Already say hi is there. I'm writing another one function. What is that? Say hi to. Within open and close parenthesis, I have to pass an argument. This is typically like I am how I'm going to define a function in a one line. So say hi to within a open and close parenthesis. I have passed the argument which is equal to. Okay, what is this function is all about? This function is all about nothing but println hi name. It's great to see. Only one line I'm going to print it over there. That line I have assigned into the another one function. This is one another one alternative way of defining function in your Julia programming. Let me execute this function. Say hi to is also a one generic function with a method of one. Okay, so this is the thing here. Now same program, if instead of f of x I'm having a f2 of x, instead of 3 you can have a cube also. F2 of x is equal to x to the power of 3 I'm giving here also. Instead of f it will give you f2. It is a generic function with one name. Okay, because let me have the same thing, then you will have the clarity whether you can get the same output or not. Now I'm calling the same, instead of hi, I'm calling a hi to, because I defined the hi to in another way. What is the way? That is having the function definition in a single line. So with that line, I'm executing this. What will happen here? Say hi to Hi, MITS, it's great to see you. You got it right. Instead of having function name, list of arguments, and I will write the entire statement, then I will end it up with the end statement. This is the normal way of creating a function in the Julia programming. But it is not mandated to go with the same way. You are having another one way. Suppose you want to give only one statement of code, that time you can have the single line function definition. So function name, list of argument equal to whatever the one line function you want to give, that line function you can give. This is another alternative way of creating a functions in Julia programming, right? Now I am going to call the f2 of 42. So what first time I have created f of 41, f of 42 which nothing but x to the power of 2. The same x to the power of 2 I defined in another way in the function called f2 of x. Now I am calling f2 of x with the 42. You see here f of 42 will already return 1764. Here f2 of 42 also return the same value 1764. Why? Because both are same function. Only thing I defined in a different way, nothing else. Hope you are clear here, right? And similarly, you have another one type of function also, that is nothing but anonymous function. Okay, you can declare it as the anonymous function. So what is anonymous function here? So say hi 3 is equal to, directly I use it to assign a statement, right? Instead of that, I will assign some variable name. That is, I will pass a variable name which is turns to, that time you have to use the symbol called arrow mark. So name is turns to println hi name, it's great to see you. Like that also you can pass your input. So what it means, already whenever I'm calling a function within the open and close parenthesis, I have to pass the argument, right? But here I'm not passing any argument. Simply I'm calling the, I'm just giving one variable name. It's looking like just variable name, right? But it is not just variable name. It is called as the anonymous function. Okay, how the system will understand this is a function. So where how I'm doing, I'm passing a variable name that is nothing but input argument that is belongs to the print ln the statement, whatever it is going to print, with that line I want this particular information. Hope you're clear here. Instead of having function name, open and close parenthesis list of argument, I'm simply writing on variable name is equal to that whatever the input argument you want to give, you can give. But how it is going to connect it with the argument and the one line statement, I'm going to give the arrow mark symbol. So this is how I'm defining my anonymous function. Now you see hash 1 is the generic function with one name. Earlier and all what it has done, say hi is one generic function like that it has given. But here your system may not know that say hi 3 is the function name. Why? Because it is a anonymous function. The system don't know what is this function is all about. That's why we are calling it as anonymous function. Up to system it is one variable name, right? X equal to 10, y equal to welcome to, within double quotes you can have MITS, within double quotes you may get the Julia, like that anything it can be, right? So that here I'm getting it hash 1, it is the one anonymous function. Same way I have tried here f3 of x, that is the general function definition, right? But here I'm not doing that one. F3 is equal to x, so with that x what I'm going to do, x to the power of 2 I'm going to do that one. So this is also another function. So this is nothing but I am having a something called hash 3, that is generic function with the method 1. Like that I can execute the things. Now let me pass the input. We don't have that method here, right? How can I pass the input here? You need not to worry about it. You can call a function like a other way. Say hi 3 of Madanapalle. Now you see hi Madanapalle, it's great to see you. It's giving the output to me. Am I right? So even though I didn't define in such a way, say hi 3 within parenthesis name, I have called the function in such a way, but still it is not raising an error because I have given the same thing in a proper syntax. Say hi 3 is equal to name, arrow mark, that function statement I have related here. This is the third way of defining your function. This is called as the anonymous function. Similarly, you can call f3 of 2, that is nothing but same thing because x to the power 2 only I have given. Same input 42 I am passing here. So that what it is doing, it is passing the, it is giving the square of the number, right? So similarly I am giving another one thing. What it is doing, say hi of one number I am passing over there. So what is happening, whatever the input you are giving, you don't mind because it is not at all data type dependent, right? It is a dynamic language. So whatever the input you are giving, it will take. Even if you are giving a string character, string it will take. Even if you are giving an integer, float, whatever the value you are giving here, accordingly it will give you the output. Say hi is the first function. So hi, instead of having MITS or Julia, that number will be printed. It's great to see you. Thank you. That's it. Okay, so this is the way it will work. So these are the different ways of calling a function. Now I'm going to create one f a, that is nothing but a is nothing but you remember in last class we have discussed about random 3 comma 3, that is nothing but 3 rows 3 columns, it will take some random values. Okay, now you see, you remember whenever you are calling a random function, it will take any value from 0 to 1, accordingly it will take the value. So 3 by 3 matrix has been displayed here. Now I want to find f of a. So what will happen here? You can see here. So f of a, what will do? So it will take each and every value that will make a power of it, and then it will display you the answer, which is nothing but it will take a star a and it will return you the output. Hope I am clear to you. So even it will work with the strings also. What will happen with the string star string? It will make a double of it, right? You can see here what will happen. Hi hi concatenation, string repetition, all those things you must have studied in your string concept. Again, we will come all those concepts in a further string class. So as of now, the multiplication of string will make it as the double of the thing. So hi star 2. So what will happen? Hi will be repeated for 2 times because x double star x to the power of 2. X is here is string. So string is hi. Hi will be make it for the 2 times. So that hi will be repeated for 2 times. So what I'm trying to tell here is whatever the function may be, even if you are passing one matrix, if you are passing any string, whatever the input value may be, it will return you the output in a proper way. Right? That is the power of function. Now I have another one v. V is equal to random of three values. What will happen? I want to have three rows of value. What are the three rows value? Whenever you're having a random function, it will generate the value from 0 to 1. That you remember, right? If I am trying to do this one, it will not work here because it is an error. You have to pass the two values because it is the one scalar value. That scalar values you can't be work it out with that kind of things. For that, what you can do, there is a function called broadcast. That part you can work it on it. Okay, this again I will come in the further slides. So what I'm trying to tell is when you're having a single vector, when you're trying to pass that power of the term, the vector terms will not be executed with that function. Okay, you have to pass simple arrays. Those things will be executed, but vector terms will not be executed by your functions. Okay, because the method will not be matched. That is the problem over here. Okay, that's why it is showing an error. Hope you are clear with what is the different way of calling a function. There are three different ways we have discussed in the so far. Right. So now we are going to discuss about mutating a non-mutating function. Hope you remember when we are discussing about push and pop, push exclamatory, pop exclamatory, that symbol is keep on coming. I told don't worry about the exclamatory thing. I will tell what is the meaning behind that exclamatory in our further classes. Hope you remember, right? So here is that explanation for exclamatory. Based on the exclamatory, I am going to call it as the mutating and non-mutating function, right? So whenever you're having a exclamatory, you may not get the meaning of this. We will go for the example first, then we will come to the exclamatory symbol. You see, I have one v vector. What is the vector is all about? 3, 5, 2. I have the three different elements in a vector. So all are integer. So three element vector it is. It is nothing but integer of 64 belongs to. What I want to do, I want to sort v. So what I have done, I have sorted the variable. What it will do, 3, 5, 2 is not in sorted order. So the element is changed as 2, 3, 5. I'm getting the output. Okay. What I will do, I will execute the once again v. I will see whether my structure is changed. No, my structure is not at all changed. My actual structure is 3, 5, 2. Even though I have done a sort operation, after the sorting also, I got the same output in my V. So what it means, the sorting is only the temporary thing. It is not at all affecting my structure, right? It is not at all affecting the original content, right? Now I'm doing the same thing, but with exclamatory function. Let me do that one so that what it is happening, sort exclamatory of V here, 2, 3, 5 it came. Yeah, even with the sort function also it came, right? Okay, what it makes the difference now? Now let me execute V. What happened? That executed V is 2, 3, 5 it is. Earlier my V is 3, 5, 2. Now my V is 2, 3, 5. Why? Because with the exclamatory function. Now you got it. What is mutating? What is non-mutating? So the exclamatory have the power of changing the original content. Okay. When you want to push and pop, that should be permanently reflected in your array, right? So that only when we are calling that push and pop, I have that syntax itself giving you push exclamatory, pop exclamatory. So the exclamatory is having that power that once you are making any changes, that will be reflected in your original content. Even in further classes, we are going to discuss about some data plotting and all, data science, data visualization part. In that part also, that exclamatory plays the major role. So that you should be aware of this thing. That's why I have added here. So mutating a non-mutative function is nothing but whenever there is a exclamatory, it will alter the content in the whatever the place you have been called for, especially in array, that kind of sequential data, wherever it is coming, you are calling the function with the exclamatory, the original content will be altered. If you don't have that exclamatory, the content will not be altered at all. Okay. And this is the difference. Even all the places you can call the things like sort, exclamatory, without exclamatory, both the things it will work. But that when you want to make the entire content should be changed, then you can call with the exclamatory. If it is not, you can need out. Okay, so this is the thing. Now we are going to discuss about some higher order functions. Hope in Python also you may be discussed about map, all those things, right? Map, filter, all those things. Here also all those functions are available. Now we are going to discuss about map function. So what is map function? So map is one of the higher order function available in Julia. What it will do is, instead of taking a normal variable as an argument, it will take function as the argument. Okay. Generally, function, what it will take arguments, right? Input arguments. But here, map will take the function as the argument. You can take one entire function as the argument, and it will map that function with the remaining list of arguments in a given data type. That is the meaning of it. Map function, the major purpose of the map function is it will take one function as the argument, it will take a set of input, it will pass it will pass the function into the remaining set of data. It act like almost data structures, right? I will show you. Map f comma 1 2 3. What is f? Hope you remember. F is nothing but, here I have defined what is f. F is nothing but x to the power of 2, right? With that function only, I'm going to write everything now. So you remember what is f. F is nothing but x to the power of 2. Now let me go with the map function. You see here what I'm doing is map. Map is the keyword. What is the, I told you already, map will take function as the argument. What is the function name? F is the function name. What is the list of values you want to pass? 1 2 3. So array of data I have been taken here. So instead of taking f of 1, f of 2, f of 3, I simply call f comma 1 2 3 in a array type, right? So when I'm calling in such a way, you see the output here. What is the, always f function is nothing but square of a number, right? So 1 square 1, 2 square 2, 3 square 9. So like that it has returned my output. So this is the advantage of having your map function, right? Suppose you are having x turns to x to the power of 3. So what will happen here when I'm writing a function? This is also a possible. Instead of calling a function, you can, right? This is anonymous function. You remember? X turns to, like that something I have done, na? That is nothing but anonymous function. So that anonymous function, what it will do? X arrow mark, that x is the x cube I am doing here. Anonymous function map of, instead of having function name, I will write the anonymous function here, then it will be passed with the list of variables. So that is also possible. So what it will do? 1 to the cube. So 1 star 1 star 1, that no meaning, 1 only. 2 star 2 star 2, so it is 8. 3 star 3 star 3, that is nothing but 27. So likewise, I have made the cubic of each and every value using the anonymous function. So this is the another way of using a map function. So one thing we want to conclude here is map is the higher order function which will take function as the argument. That function is defined in three different way. Whatever the defined way, you can take it as the input here, it will work. I taken one is the normal function definition, another one is through the anonymous function definition. With that way, I can call the map function, right? Now we are going with the another one higher order function, that is nothing but broadcast. So what is broadcast? Broadcast is also almost like map, but it is more than more powerful than map. How it is more powerful than map? No? So when you are working with the vector values or some different array structure, like first array is having a two element, the second array is having a two. First one is single dimensional array, second array is two dimensional array. These kind of things mapping in using a map, doing this kind of operation is quite difficult. But those things using broadcast, you can use it in a very easiest way. So it is the more powerful than the map function. That is the advantage of broadcast. What is the syntax for broadcast? Na? Same like that. Broadcast, you can pass the F and you can pass the things. Before that, I want to show you the basic difference between the map and broadcast, so that I have taken one thing. You remember I told I have taken array A as a list of array element, one dimensional array it is. I have taken a B is equal to two dimensional array. Now I want to add A and B, right? It is a different case. This is a different case. How it will work? Now it is possible using a broadcast statement. You see what it is doing. 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 2 8. So this is for first set of data. Next it is going for the another set of data. What is that? 7 plus 1 8, 8 plus 2 10. Then 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 2 12. 11 plus 1 12, 12 plus 2 14. So like that it will take the values and it will do the different kind of what we can tell, different dimensional of data also can be mapped using the broadcast function. So what is the broadcast function? You need not to give even a function, even you can give plus or minus, whatever it may be. See here, I have given a simple operator plus. I have passed my, what is the, if it is a plus operator, definitely there should be two operand. One is my A array, second one is my B array. So what it will do, it will generate the new array with the 4 rows and 2 columns. This is the output. Hope I am clear here. Kada? So this is the thing. And suppose you want to give a simple function like map. It is work like exactly like map. So what it will do? Broadcast, what it will do? Broadcast f comma 1 2 3. So here it will take 1 4 9. So same thing. Like map, what map is doing, accordingly it will do. But what map can't do also, your broadcast function can do. So these are the two major important what we call higher order functions in our Julia programming. Okay, so now we will have the conclusion here. We have discussed about functions, how to define a function. The function can be defined in three different ways. All those ways we have discussed here. Then what is the difference between mutating function and non-mutating function? It's all about exclamatory symbol. If you are having an exclamatory symbol in any function you are calling, so that the content of the entire structure will be changed. If you don't have the exclamatory symbol, it will not do. So that's why we are having exclamatory symbol in push and pop operations that we have discussed earlier. Then we have discussed two most important higher order function. One is the map, which will take function as the argument, right? That is the important thing. Then another one, broadcast. Broadcast is almost similar like map, but it is more powerful than map. Why? Because it can handle any dimension of data and any vector size data. It can be handled by the uh, what we call the last one, that is broadcast function. That's it. Thank you. We will see in further classes. Thank you.